Hey guys, all going. Welcome back to another great episode of the Bourbon Jamaican. Today we got something special on the counter. New release for 2024 out of Booker's, alongside the first and the second batch for this year.
Yeah, we're gonna blind all three of these. We just got the brand new batch 3 on Friday here in Northern Kentucky. So cracked it on Friday, gave it a taste, let it air out a little bit, and figured it'd be good to go ahead and blind all three, see what our favorite is so far before batch 4 comes out.
You can see what my favorite was.
We've talked a lot about Springfield. The Beam House batch was pretty disappointing. That was a fresh crack review we did. I haven't had it since then.
Yeah.
You've done some damage on it a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit.
you told me that you liked the Beam House batch when you went to, was it Bourbon and Beyond, or was it?
I tried it at Beam. It was good. It
Yeah.
just wasn't as good as Springfield.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was on Fresh Crack too. But I'm curious if it's opened up, and I'm curious how the Master Distiller batch has opened up, because the first impression was pretty good.
Yes, it was very, very interesting little sip.
Yes.
All right, so these are blind, and we are going to dive in. Are we starting from left to right?
Yeah.
So we're starting from our left, your right. And if you made it this far in the video and you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to see when we drop new content. All right, let's dive in.
I get like a salted caramel,
Of
and I
course.
get like a mustiness.
Okay. I can tell. Well, I keep saying every time I do this, I'm like, oh, I can tell which one this is. But I get a lot of brown sugar, a lot of caramel.
Yeah.
How you say it?
Caramel.
Caramel. It's caramel. No, it's caramel. It's commercial. But oh my goodness, I'm ready to get.
It's on the palate. I get the brown sugar. I get the caramel. And then I get peanuts, and then I get like this musty aftertaste.
Yeah, I'm getting that a little bit of the musty, but the heat's hitting me right now. What are these all MSRP? What was MSRP on these to begin with? So I know
90.
90 is for most of them. So you'll see them anywhere between 90
So like 120.
to about 120. Luckily, we've been on the lower end of these, but
Yeah, we always wait for a deal.
yeah.
But these are going from 126.5 proof to 130.3. The Master Distillers batch is the 130. It's the first time Booker's has been over 130 proof in like, I think it's like almost 10 years.
So
It's been like 10 years. So that was very exciting.
all right, so we're moving on to glass number 2.
I'm not a big fan of the nose on glass 1.
I'm getting that apricot, that roasted fruit. Heavy on the fruit on glass number 2.
I get that. I get like an almond kind of thing on it too, because it's like a cherry and a nuttiness. Some brown sugar. Then of course vanilla. You get that on every Booker's.
I feel like these are gonna be exactly how they are up there is how I'm drinking them. So glass 2, for me, the nose is absolutely delicious, but on the initial sip, it's not there, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm almost starting to get that kind of the high proof, but you're getting that in your gum lines. You're getting that burn in the gums.
I get a lot of chocolate on this one. The first one just had that musty note I wasn't a fan of. This one's just really, really sweet. Yeah, I get that barrel char kind of bitter chocolate, and then it goes into like a peanut butter, and then kind of mellows out with like a milk chocolate.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
I get a little bit of floral on glass 2 also. It's very floral. Ready to go to glass 3?
Yep.
You
I'm
smile.
excited.
You look like you're excited on glass number 3.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
It's like again, like a salted caramel, salted peanut kind of thing.
I'm gonna have to go back.
You're afraid you're gonna trip up.
Honestly, I think I'm drinking them exactly how they are on the counter, even though they're mixed and blind. Cause I'm still getting like this one is almost like this is very salty, like a salted, like you get a big chunk of salt in a salted caramel.
Yeah, and that's what we were getting on the Master Distiller batch when we tried it on Friday.
Yeah.
Was that salted caramel? So I agree. I think that this one is that, but it's really sweet. It's nice and oaky.
But the heat, so this is, I feel like glass 1 is the master.
The hottest.
Yeah, glass 1 for me is the hottest, but I might go back through and kind of see.
I think you're gonna be surprised.
I guarantee.
It starts as a salted caramel, and then it almost turns into like a salty peanut, and then it's got a really nice oak. I don't get the vanilla or chocolate that I get on the other two, but what I appreciate about glass 3 is the punch.
Yeah.
The amount of flavor it has is ridiculous. It's not as complex as the first two, but if you like salted caramel or like that peanutty taste you normally get in a Booker's, it has it, and it has it in spades. I mean, it is crazy how like intense it is.
Yeah, I feel like
I gotta try one again. It's almost a little floral for me.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm stuck between 1 and 3 on mine.
So it's like one has like a chocolatey peanut kind of thing. It's a little sweeter than glass 3. It's not as salty and char like heavy, but it's not as intense, and the flavors don't last as long, which makes me like 3 more. Like it hits my tongue. Glass 1 hits my tongue, and I appreciate the sweetness, and then it just disappears so much quicker. Where 3 hangs around. I really like 3.
Go back to 3. I'm surprised because 3 is not as hot. You don't get the warm hug is there, but it's not a tight hug like glass 1. And I feel like we're reversing our palates right now. So I think we're gonna grade with the same. So we'll probably have to go to our least, start with our least favorite to just get that out of the way.
I don't know, man. I think you're gonna be surprised.
I hope not. And then, glass number 2 might be back in the runnings now.
One more sip of glass 3. Alright, I got my ranking.
I'm sticking with glass 1. I don't know why.
You're sticking with glass 1?
Yeah.
Alright. What's your last place?
Glass number 2.
That's my first place.
Let's see.
Ready? Wow, that's the Master Distiller.
That's the Master Distiller.
Wow. I thought glass 1 drank the hottest, and 2, it was a coin flip between 2 and 3 for me, but I think 3 was a little bit hotter. So considering this is the highest proof, it drank
way lower than
the others, which is shocking to me. So what's your second?
So my second place will be glass number 3.
That's yeah, that was mine also.
Oh,
'Cause I had it backwards.
Springfield.
Springfield. I don't remember it being that salty.
What?
It's got that definitely. Springfield had the finish, I remember, where it just goes and goes and goes with sweetness. But I remember it being more complex than that. Where the Master Distiller today was really complex.
It was hard. It was hard to pick between, but I knew had a gut feeling. That's why I had a gut feeling that this was the Springfield.
I thought glass 2 was the Springfield because I got that strong chocolate note, and I wasn't getting that with the Master Distiller on Friday. But either way, you put the Beam House in first. That was my last. It was good. My only complaint was that it's a little drying, and like the first time I said it was really musty. The more I drank it, the mustiness went away, but it was exactly how I remembered it the first time, where the more you drink it, the more it turned into like a salty peanut shell where it was dry.
Right. But I did, for some reason, I liked it. Like, I was getting, I don't know if my palate's just, it's perfect for that unique taste today, because I was getting all the flavor and I was getting the heat, which it was like a good burn. It's like almost if you get some buffalo wings with just the right sauce, almost. So it was pretty complex. The viscosity was there, and surprisingly, my heat tolerance was higher than Brady's today. So
the heat didn't bother me. I just didn't like that finish. Was weird to me. And I remember saying that when we first got this. I think we didn't do a review on this, right? We did it on the live stream.
Yeah, I think we did.
When we cracked this on the live stream, it had that dry peanut shell to me, where it was instead of a peanut butter.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
it was still good though.
I thought the Master's Keep would have been #1, but it threw me off because I thought the heat. Because when we sipped it, I got the same kind of heat, but comparing all three of them, they're similar in some way, but it's almost like they just added a dab of something different in each, just to kind of throw it off a little bit. But I would have went glass 3 because Springfield is my favorite. But
so we both put Springfield in second. Master Distiller's batch was your last place, my first, and then the Beam House was the opposite. What I will say, if you're considering buying the new Master Distiller's batch, if you like Springfield, it's not far off.
Yeah,
I know that the Bourbon Jamaican put it in last. I had it in first, but it had those same quality sweetness. Like it didn't have the dryness that the Beam House did. So if you were disappointed with Beam House, I think this one's worth a chance. But what I will say is, I mean, we've done a little bit of damage on it just trying it twice. It's one of those where it's so interesting that we keep going back to it.
Yeah, if it opens up.
It's very complex. Yeah. That's the one thing that I will say. That's one of the more complex bookers I've ever had is the Master Distiller's batch.
Yeah, but regardless, I think Springfield is still my favorite. Even though I had it,
even though it got second place,
it's almost my first, and then I changed. And I kind of sip of this one again, and then it kind of flip flop a little bit. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, man. If you made it this far and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like and drop a comment, and let us know what your thoughts are on these new 2024 bookers. Which one you had. I'm pretty excited to see what the fourth one is going to be. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.